Hey everybody, it's Caroline. This morning I thought I'd give you guys a quick snippet of my regular morning routine. So why don't you come on and follow me? First, I have the bags and I have my little snipper here. So come on. Don't be shy. Beautiful day here today, about 70 degrees, partly cloudy, very nice.
Partly cloudy, but mostly sunny.
That's right. So I open up the gate fence, make sure I don't touch the electrical wire that my husband installed for those pesky raccoons, and then I start my harvest. So I'm going to start over here.
Where are you headed first?
Well, this morning I'm going to head over to the collards because we're having a steak dinner tonight and our dad's coming over and wanted to make some collards. Smoky collards with onions, paprika, and a little olive oil. It's a great dish.
Sounds delish.
Now when you're snipping these off, you don't want to take off too many at one time. Usually about 5 to 6 is going to be your max that you want to take off on one plant at one time. And even though this looks like a lot, when you cook them down, it's actually not that much. Collards are very healthy for you. They're actually from the cabbage family, the Brassica family, and they have lots of nutrients in them. Okay, those are my collards. Now I'm going to come over and check my okra. Now okra, you don't want them to get too large, otherwise they become really crunchy and really hard to chew. So let's just check these okra, see if we need any to clip off, which I don't see any. I think they're pretty good. Oh, here's one. Here's a burgundy okra. Now this one is a little too large. I missed this one somehow, but it's still soft enough where we can cut it or we can cook it and it's not going to be too hard. But usually you want them to be about like this. Okay, now I'm going to go over to my kohlrabi. So kohlrabi, they're also part of the broccoli family. When you harvest them, you want to make sure that they're the size of a softball, because if you wait when they're too large, they're going to be very woody inside.
A softball or a baseball?
Oh, I'm sorry, a baseball. You're right. Sorry. A baseball, or yes, a baseball. So this would be a good one to pick right now. So all you have to do is clip off the end. And you can actually eat these. I don't, but a lot of people do. You can cook them up like collards, but I just clip them off.
And for the people who don't know, which is probably everyone, what does a kohlrabi taste like?
So
Like, what would you eat
is
it for?
kind of, well, I like to slice it up. First you got to peel all that off. And then, wash it first, peel it all off, all that outer skin, and then I just slice it. And I actually will eat it as a snack, put a little salt on it, or you can put it in a salad, or a lot of Europeans cook them up, maybe a lot of the Slavic countries, they'll cook them up and make, some kind of soup out of it. And it's also very popular in Pakistan. They use a lot of kohlrabi in their cuisine.
Interesting.
It's very tasty though.
Is there something you could compare it to, the taste or the texture, that other people might?
Yeah, I think it would be kind of a combination of broccoli and a radish. If you could mix those two together, meld them together, that's what it would taste like.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So where are we headed next?
Well, I'm just checking on my red cabbage, making sure that they're not getting eaten up by bugs. They're looking really good, but they're a long way from harvesting.
Well, they look great.
Thanks. All right, now we're gonna move over to my eggplant. These are my Black Beauty eggplants. There's all different sorts of shapes and sizes of eggplant. You can see here's one. It's not quite ready yet. You want it to be a little bit larger. But when you harvest eggplants, you have to eat them within about 4 days. When they start losing that glossy outer layer and it starts to look kind of dull, that means they're pretty much done and you just want to toss them. And you'll notice it when you slice it in half and there's brown specks. That means it's no good. So that one's not quite ready yet. Let's see, do we have any more? No, that one's not ready. Let's see here.
Here's a large one right here.
Oh yeah, this one is ready. So we're gonna harvest this bad boy.
So clip that off and then let's show it to our viewers.
Now this is interesting. Has a little knobby thing. I've never seen that before. Well, you learn something new every day. One thing when you're harvesting eggplant though, you want to be very careful because they have sharp barbs around here. I actually got one stuck in my finger last week and it hurt like heck.
Yeah, I got one too. And
Yeah.
they're not nice like Aunt Barb.
No, not like your Aunt Barbara. No, these are like barbed wire. So just be careful when you're harvesting these to not touch this area right in here, the green. Okay? So we're gonna cook that up tonight. And then I'm gonna look at my Shiku eggplant. These are Japanese eggplant. These guys are great. They really produce a lot. I could probably harvest this one. This one's ready to go. They're a lot smaller and more angular in shape. Let's see, do we have any others? Oh, here's one. This is an Ichiban eggplant. We can harvest that one. These are little tiny guys. They're real fun to eat. And people always like them because they look different.
Now, it looks like you've got one more good-sized one over here.
Let's check it out here.
Maybe not
Oh, yeah. Well, I think I'll just wait a little bit on this one. See anything over there? No, we're good. Okay, now we're moving on.
yet. So it looks like you've got jalapenos here.
Yes, I have tons of jalapenos. These are early jalapenos. Although because of all the rain and cool weather we had this year, we didn't really get a lot early on, so they're more like late jalapenos. But but you want to harvest jalapenos, at least this early kind, when they're about 4 inches long. So let's look for
these
some.
aren't quite ready
No, I don't think we have any that are 4 inches yet.
Okay.
So we're gonna move on now down the row. And these are my Juliet tomatoes. They're really great. They're sweet. They're very prolific. You can substitute them for like a grape tomato. These are great. I'm looking for red ones. These are still not really quite ready. Here's one.
So
Like
let's see
that
what
one.
a ripe one looks like. Oh yeah,
It could
pretty.
even be like a little bit larger or a little bit redder. Let's
Okay.
see. Here's another one. And you know they're ready when they just, fall off the vine as you go down the line. So these are some sweet long peppers. These you want to kind of harvest them when they're about 7 inches long. So I'm looking for some that are 7 inches long. I harvested a bunch of them a couple days ago, so I'm kind of doubting we have any. These are some green peppers. We have a bunch, but these are not ready yet. Take a look.
So
These
after the harvest, what's the next step in your routine?
Well, the next step after the harvest, I'm actually going to water. And as I'm harvesting, I'm looking to see if there are any types of fungus or insects that are on my plants. And now when you try to go organic, you are going to get a lot more bugs on your plants than you would if you didn't. If you sprayed chemical, that wipes out everything. But again, you don't want to ingest that because it's obviously we can see there's an increase in many diseases like celiac disease in the communities. So we don't like to spray. We don't spray our plants.
So what do you use as a pest repellent?
We use a combination of Epsom salt, water, and mineral oil. If you look in some of those organic soaps or organic pesticides you can buy at the stores, their main ingredient, 98% of it, is mineral oil. So, you know, they charge an arm and a leg for it, so hey, why don't you just make your own? So really the mineral oil, it's not killing the insects right away. What it's doing, it's encasing them in this jelly mineral oil, and it basically suffocates them. But you have to get out there on a regular basis and spray every 3 days, because the aphids, the spider mites, they lay every 5 days. So you have to make sure you're diligent with that, otherwise they can wipe out your crop. So that's what I do next. So after I harvest, I water and then I spray.
And so how long does the whole morning routine typically take?
Oh, I'd say a good, probably an hour.
An hour.
It takes about an hour, yeah, to do everything. Yeah, so I like to harvest early if I can. They say that the earlier you harvest, that the better the produce tastes. I don't know, but sounds good to me.
Okay.
So yeah, harvest early, then we water. And we don't want to spray first, because if you water, you're gonna just wash everything off. So it's kind of pointless.
So before we let everyone go, what I want to do then is share with them what kind of ground you're covering in an hour. So if she says it takes about an hour, I know it's hard to gather from a video what kind of space we're looking at. So this is about 5,000 square feet. The farm space is 50 by 100, and we're only using about 50, maybe 60% of it. So that'll continue to grow over time. But so then I would say we're growing in roughly 2,500 square feet, and that takes about an hour of care every morning once you're into the regular routine maintenance phase of the season. So any nice goodbyes you want to wish to your viewers?
Yeah, well, I just want to say thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down, but any attention would be great. So thank you so much, everybody, and happy gardening.